What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're now on episode 36 of the walkthrough, ready to start from outer wall phantom trees. Actually, just knock out the outer wall. So what we do is we kind of go work our way down until we get to this door. Then we're gonna go on out, hit up here, or no, hit up here, and there's kind of boxes and it goes straight on down, doing everything in between. Just kind of do a full circle here. However, before we do anything else, I'm gonna respec back into our, the build we're doing, the suggested build for the playthrough. I wanted to display other weapons as we have used Bloodhound's Fang for a while, but to be honest, it just goes with our build until we get what we're going for. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna be your Strength Arcane option. A really good weapon. You're gonna need. If I was to use Murray's Executioner Sword, I'd probably go like 25 on Arcane, and I'm taking Strength up really high. Now, if you're able to get, we're gonna get this up to 14. Might as well do it now. We were at 13 before with our Talisman, so we're gonna need it at 14 because that's the strength requirement for the weapon we're gonna get. But yeah, going high on strength on that is gonna be your best bet, guys, because your arcane scaling is so minimal, right? So do keep that in mind. We should be at 36. We'll get 35 there, 31 there, and we're good. Yeah, but I just want to show off different stuff, and I would have went like Dex and Faith Strength, and it's just too far off from our build. But I was gonna go through this walkthrough and kind of show everything off, but regardless, it's okay. Now to actually use, you know, um, this shield and Bloodhound's Fang, we need that 5 plus the strength. Now, by the time we get to the capital in a few episodes, we take out Margit, we'll have our main weapon. So we won't need this anymore, but we will have to find a shield with 14 strength or less. This is like 16 strength requirement, so we won't be able to use that unless we put a few points into strength. So do keep that in mind. We have other options here, but this is just like one of the best shields in the game. So this one we would be able to use 14 strength requirements, so that's perfect. But yeah, just keep that kind of stuff in mind, guys. Damn, this great shield only has 14 strength requirement. We could use that if we wanted to. This is what we picked up in Altus, 22 strength requirement. This steadily restores health over time. But I did want to mention that. Like 10 strength there, 10 strength there, 10. So all these are pretty much the same with different resistances. This only has 93 physical damage negation. But I'm pretty sure that's actually been buffed. Let's go with that. It doesn't have a skill on it, for now at least. Alright, so we're ready to go. I just wanted to reset up our build. But yeah, so we're going to knock out the Phantom outer wall. And then we have a couple other things. We'll actually be moving on into the capital. So as we go up, the first thing we will be facing and dealing with is actually going to be a gargoyle. Now, we got past 2 at the same time. I think we'll be good here, right? There's really not much going on here, but there is a few things. Oh, and before we press on, last episode, I had a storm over here, and power surge knocked off my PlayStation. So, not knocked off, cut off the power. When it came back on, I didn't realize my microphone was not on. So I'm going to go ahead and post that episode. It's not going to have sound. You guys will be able to see us go through and get all the items. But when I get a chance, probably next day, I'm going to just, use a program to add a sound bite over that to redo the episode and edit it so it does have sound. But just so no one has to wait, I'm going to go and upload that. So there's going to be 2 episodes for episode 36. One with sound, one without. Like I said, I don't want to make you guys wait, but I got to get the chance to actually go and add sound to that. Obviously, you can just watch it. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. It's not like you need, sound for that. But I just want to try to be helpful, Yeah, so we fought gargoyles before. You guys see they're very, very aggressive. I guess aggressive would be the right word. Because, yeah. So I like trying to get these heavy attacks. That attack looks very intimidating, but as you see, we got run most of it. There we go. Get that stagger off. Oh, screwing people out of their criticals is not good, guys. Come on, FromSoft. We don't do that to paying customers. Real, though. He's starting to annoy. We're good now. There we go. That's going to get you the Gargoyle's Great Axe. It is a Great Axe. It's just a one-handed one. Need like 24, 26 strength on that. We're looking at 24 strength wield. So as we go up, we're actually going to go to item crafting. We're going to craft 1 fire pot. We don't need it just yet, but go up here and get 2 more golden seeds. Our flasks are almost maxed out. We only need 1 more flask. We probably need 5 to 7 seeds to actually get that upgrade. So it only goes up to 14, guys. So with that being said, you know, whether it's mana or health, however you move them around, it's a total of 14. So it's going to be 12 for health, 2 for mana. I think even for melee classes, 12 heals, guys, that's plenty. Gives you enough. So if you got a good distance between sites of grace or rest points or whatever it may be, you can still use summons and your Ashes of War as much as you want without, you know, I mean, like me, I'm not big on just spamming Ashes of War. I hate them when I feel like I need them. So for me, it's not a big problem because that's my playstyle. But I try to teach players, especially in walkthroughs, to not rely on just special attack. As I see so many build videos and all they want to talk about is the Ashes of War. It's like, dude, there's so much fluidity to the move sets of every single weapon. There's jump light, jump heavy, there's light, there's heavy, there's charge heavy, there's jump back light, jump back heavy, there's roll light, roll heavy. I mean, there's so much more going on than Ashes of War. And I think if you just spam Ashes of War all the time, you're just not going to get good ever, you know? So I try to teach people, you know, use it when you have to, but don't depend on it so much, guys. Or you just never, you're going to be missing out a lot of fun, in my opinion. Because, you know, getting good at the game is a good time. Learning dodge times, learning parries, learning, you know, enemies' weaknesses and stuff like that. So, didn't want to state that. So don't use it too much, but get into our new weapon. We'll be using that one, because that one's fun. That one's a lot of fun. So there's your fire pot there. I like to use the fire pot because I know it's strong enough to kill him in one go, because when he jumps around, there's no guarantee on where he's going to end. Where he's going to end up, you know? So, fire pot makes it done in one. Like our incantation or fireball, I just don't know if, you know, I don't know if 1 is enough for that. Alright, so we're going to go on up. You're going to see a commoner who is actually Margit. Now we fight the last and final version of Margit, who is actually Morgott. Margit is like his spectral form, his clone, rather. He uses to guard certain areas, like Stormville Castle, like, you know, right here, the capital. So, Stormville Castle and the capital, I meant to say. He's probably got the same health as he did the boss. It's like we've already done a few thousand damage to him, and look how much health he has, right? But we're at the point now where it's just not a big deal. And Bloodfoot fucking his ass up. There we go. We can get you the Amber Viridian Talisman. Or Viridian Amber Medallion +1. You get the first one of the Weeping Peninsula. So as we move forward, before we even get to that side of grace, kind of curve around to the left. It's going to be a troll, a harpy that drops a rune 9, and actually a rune 10 over here as well. And then just like little basic stuff, you know. Nothing too crazy, but definitely worth your time, because all this stuff does add up, guys. Let's get our critical, I guess not. I was like, this game's not wanting me to have any critical attacks today. I don't know why. It's just like, fuck you, bro, no criticals. Alright, so we're going to go on up on top of this hill. Like a little encampment, whatever you want to call it. Bats, like I said, harpy, bats. They're kind of guarding a rune 10, and then the harpy's going to drop a rune 9. Let's go ahead and get that. Rune 9. If you notice, they just don't have the health they once did. So there's a rune 9, here's a rune 10. And we're good to go. I mean, if we want to just kill the bats while we're here, we can. Alright. Now we're going to jump straight on over, get our side of grace, and just pick up whatever drops are around. As I mentioned, you know, you're looking at consumables, runes, crafting, no talismans, no weapons, no armor. This is the capital. You can obviously see it went through a war. Now that is the war that was in the cutscene, the opening cutscene. Alright, go ahead and grab your side of grace for later. So now we're going to go out the main gate. Go ahead and pull up the map. Like I said, we're going to work our way to the door, and then we're going to go out. Before we do, let's just hit this little back area. So we're hitting everything at the bottom, because to move up, you actually have to go up some stairs. So it does make sense to just do this while we're right here, right now. Make sure we don't forget about it. We're just going to take out our bums. All the bums got to go. Yeah, then there's this troll. You can fight him if you want. But to be completely honest, so if you would have went after we did the scare, yeah, get him so you got your golden ring 10. You can fight him if you want, but every time he lands for a critical, you'll pretty much just fall off the cliff, so be warned. Gets all clear, just sort of clearing the area, but you fall to the front, good. Usually his head falls the other way, you go for a critical and you just kind of get fucked. There's that blood flame. Why the blood flame blade works so good on Bloodhound's Fang? It's for what you see. Bloodhound's Fang gets blood loss, but that's its own blood loss, its own blood loss build up meter, right? And then blood flame has to build up from you striking, so it slowly builds up on the enemy, and then that does a burst of blood loss as well. So you could actually proc blood loss back to back, once from your sword building up that meter, another time just from enough blood flame sitting on the enemy to get a burst of blood loss as well. So it just makes it extremely, extremely powerful. So like I said, our main weapon's going to have a blood loss meter that fills up with striking, then the actual sword builds up blood flames. So, you know, so the damage might not be as high as some others, but it's going to be fucking crazy with the blood loss. So, the blood flame. Now, the regular just does physical and blood loss like this, but the actual war is where it's going to shine. So, as we go on out, we're going to go up to the right side on top of this hill. It's going to be the lightning slash, I think it's called. Yeah. So it's Acid War. Your weapon's just going to come down for one big slash, bringing a lightning bolt with it. However, after that initial lightning bolt, your weapon stays imbued with lightning. So lightning scales with dexterity, not faith. I thought it'd be faith, you know, but it actually scales with dex. It seems fair. Everything should scale with some kind of element. You know, figure. Alright, and with them cleared, we're going up over here to the battlements. The left side is to clear these guys out. Then we going up in the tower, get the great bow. I mean, just, you know, just a great bow. Nothing special about it. If you did the puzzle trap over there in Limgrave at the hero's grave, you already got a very, very, very good great bow, which was a faith great bow. Very secret weapon, very hidden weapon in the game. I believe you probably should have got a trophy for getting it. It was a pretty big secret. If you didn't see pots hanging and know how to get to that fast, you know. Yeah, I think we can't get a hit off. No. I love that. It's real fair when they can hit you, but you can't hit them. I love it. It's the best. Alright, thank you for wasting my time. They give you all that grief, and then you hit them once they're dead. It's like, dude, you're just aggravating me. You're not even a threat. You know, just die already. Fuck. Alright, let's go grab that. There, we just kind of fall off the edge. Drop on down. So now we're just going to kind of take out everything else we see. And we're going to work our way down to the right. So that main road you see just leads you over to Dominola, which we've already cleared, obviously. Just waiting till it's safe enough to drop down. And we got the catapults. We're going to take these guys out here in a second. I'm not even giving those guys a chance, because when they start doing those crazy ass combos, you just kind of get stuck there. Alright, see the soldiers are actually dropping smithing 5s now. And that's another thing I told you guys, as you go along in the game, every enemy can drop a stone. It just depends on where you are in the game. It's going to depend on what stone they drop. Try and drink some Mountain Dew. That didn't end up well. I know I'm not the best at bringing up maps. I wasn't going to bring it up because we're just going straight down this cliff edge. But, just so you guys know what we're doing, we're just going to put a 1 right here. We're going to go right here to a ruin, kill a guy, kill a commoner. Now this commoner is going to transform into one of those big lions with the sword feet, like the huge curved swords. But it doesn't have as much health as it seemed he had earlier with our level and our upgrade level. But so the ruins right here, then we'll go down here for graveyard. Remember, all this stuff's downhill. So ruins, graveyard, then we'll be working this way for a side of grace. And we're almost up to where we're going to solve that painting we picked up in the Shaded Castle. You know, if you didn't do the Shaded Castle, you're going to miss out on stuff. And we still have the painting in Caelid. I don't think I've ever solved that one. I have to figure out how to solve that one. You know, obviously I took notes on everything, but sometimes there's little stuff like that where I'm like, okay, I still got to figure that out. You know what I mean? What am I missing here? Oh yeah, we have to drop down. That's right. It looks like it's way down, but you're still actually on the top portion. We're gonna go downhill, and there's our ruins. That's how you're gonna get to them. So we'll go ahead and buff up with our blood flame. It should be right here. Let's get ready for a fight. Like I said, it doesn't really have the health it used to have. This weapon moveset in Ash of War is just really strong too. I do believe maybe from soft put this in the game later on, just, you know, they may add that Evergel at some point just to give everyone a really good weapon, because first time Souls players, they pretty much always use this weapon for their first playthrough, just because it's just a very, very viable choice. With that Ash of War, you're swiping, then you're getting out of the way, you know. But yeah, it's pretty fucking potent, that's for sure. Simple but very potent. Very, very good choice. That's why quality builds are really good for a first playthrough. Gonna get your Somber Stone. And we'll get rid of our marker and go back up. So we're just gonna kind of push forward. You're gonna see a graveyard down here. So we're gonna go clear this graveyard, then kind of shoot to the left, and that's gonna bring us up to our side of grace. There's not too much more going on here. We got a dragon fight. We have the hero's grave, and then the church. And then whatever time we have left over, we're gonna go to the other side of the outer wall Phantom Tree. I'm going to try to get as much as that done. We might even get on up to the second hero's grave before we close on out. The next episode, literally all we have to do is the hero's grave and the catacomb. Now it's a trick catacomb. It's more like a fucking maze, like a labyrinth really. There's like 2 catacombs and you got to hop back and forth between 2 and navigate. It's a fucking nightmare. But actually, during my notes, I found a really, really easy way to do it. So it's pretty cool. Alright. So we have a fight with a dragon coming up. So this is the ancient dragon. It's ancient dragon Lansax. So that's that dragon we had to scare off when we first got up to Altus. So remember, forget what you know about, you know, regular dragons. We're not doing charged heavies. We're not even doing heavies. We're not locking on. You can't stagger. You can't get criticals. The best thing to do is unlocked, light attacks, back legs, or whatever you can get. But just remember, when they do swipe at you, they have lightning, right? That lightning also has a delayed attack too. It's like delayed lightning. After the initial burst, about a second later it kind of pops again and it'll catch you. So you want to watch out for that. Now you will be able to summon, and you guys see those big skeleton guys, they're quite formidable, and we want to save our heals for this fight. It's fucking ancient dragon. But what we want to do here, as soon as you're able to summon, do it. I'm going with Mimic, and I'm healing immediately. Buffing up. Remember, unlocked on light attack. For whatever reason, yeah. Let's lock the animation. Haha, I learned that pattern, Jake. Alright. Is that the fire or the lightning? Yeah, it's the fire. Okay, fine. Good heal. There's the lightning and dodge. I was actually a little bit off. This gives you that incantation where they fill up that lightning. It does like a wave across the whole area. Damn it. Okay. So heal. Usually I would die to this dragon a few times. As you see, she's got a lot going on. But just remember, no locking on, guys. Locking, and there's the delayed burst. So locking on, for whatever reason, this really seems to give me more trouble than anything else. Yeah, their breath is different. Their patterns, how they breathe fire is different than the other dragon. Alright, there goes Mimic. Sometimes that follow-up's nice. Like that, I use that follow-up after 4 attack, not to land a hit on him, but just to get out of the way. You're like teleporting forward. We almost got him first try, it's not bad. Not saying we will get him, but pretty close, so. There he is. Or she is. They're all girls. Alright, so that gets you the glaive. Lansac's glaive. And it's just gonna throw out like obviously a huge glaive of lightning, but it goes all the way across the ground, doing a wave of lightning everywhere. You can go get all your Virgo bloom. Now we do want to start heading towards the hero's grave, but we're not going all the way for it as of yet. We're going to drop down here. Kind of go towards the cliff. It's actually up there. Always forget the spot. I think it's actually up there by the dragon. This is, we're trying to solve the painting here, and it all looks very similar sometimes. So one of these edges should be the artist right here. But he actually painted that hero's grave. That's what he painted. So there's the painting. There's a heart bow. Now we're gonna go on down for a fight. No, not yet. We have to go to the church. So there's your hero's grave right there. There's your church. That's where we're heading. It's gonna get us a sacred tier and some other stuff. Alright. So it's just left of hero's grave right there. The guy just kind of chilling by himself, sleeping on the job. I've never used Bloodhound's Fame for a whole playthrough like this before. It's a pretty good weapon. Nothing flashy about it, but very good at getting the damn job done. If we would have went strength instead of arcane, we would get a lot more damage on it. But we're trying to get prepared for our build, as We're like 2-3 episodes from our, our weapon. And we're gonna have plenty of time with it. But regardless, this was kind of always the plan, because whenever you're still set for the whole playthrough, because Bloodhound Strength is one of the best weapons in the game. So, the whole first half of the game, you have, a phenomenal weapon that's gonna carry you. And then when we get our weapon, you have a phenomenal weapon that's gonna carry you. This isn't about having the flashiest weapon, it's about having the most viable choices to get through the game for newer players. You know what I mean? I want to make sure, it's a fun weapon still. It feels good to swing it, Alright, go ahead and get your other sacred tier, and we'll start working our way back. Also, Dragon Bolt's Blessings, obviously for faith builds, you're going to have a buff with that. So just going out the main entrance to the left, go ahead and heal up. We do have a fight with a black knife. This one's not too bad, but you finally get her dagger, and her dagger's awesome. It does black flame. I regress. It does, Destined Death. That's what it does. It's even better. Only in the actual. This thing is fucking dope. It's really nice. And it's, technically it's a boss fight. It's just not too bad. They can get backstabbed. It doesn't really feel like a boss fight because of backstab. I can't think of any boss backstab, but yes, you can, you can with her. She's fast, man. It does feel like sometimes, like, can I get a hit in too? It's gonna be annoying. Where's that blood flame build up on her? Is she immune? She's about to try to get that shit off on us. And it would have killed us. For sure. It definitely would have killed us. And there you go, black knife. Now you see that gold label behind us getting the black knife. Black knife is not a legendary incantation. It's not a legendary ornament. So a dagger once belonged to one of the assassins who murdered Godwin, the golden on the night of the black knives. The ritual performed on the oddly misshapen blade imbued it with the power of the stolen rune of death. So as you see, this says nothing about being a legendary incantation. I think that's really just marking rare drops, right? And the reason you see that gold is because of the fact. Alright, so that's more energy here. The reason why you see that gold is because of the fact of its rarity, not the fact that it's a legendary. But then again, you see it on your legendaries because they're also very rare, so. With that, let's go on forward here. You just stone sword key. Now this is a kind of trick hero's grave, if you will. They all have some kind of gimmick to them. And this one involves light. There's going to be a lot of, so that's Crimson Seed Talisman. Make sure flasks kill you more. Don't think it's a problem when you have all those tears. Sacred tears. So look, shadow, babes, and light endos weakness. So there's a bunch of shadow enemies here. They're like ghosts. They're like spectral. You cannot harm them in any way. So I'm going to go on and let me double check this because there's specifically, yeah, we're not doing that yet. So don't take that first right. We're going to do a circle and drop back down into it. But yeah, so we have shadow enemies. Not all. But some. Like these guys won't be. Let's go rush on up over here. Take them out. The reason you want to go this way first is so you don't miss anything. If you went the other way, it would progress you to the main part and you end up missing something. Come down here, Royal Revenant's going to start spawning in, just start attacking immediately, and hopefully you get them down before it becomes an issue for you. Alright, but yeah, so this does fall around. So anyways, we're going to see imps and stuff, and they're like shadow imps, and you can't cause them harm the way they are. You have to bring them into a light. Can I see the light from here? Yes. You see that light right there? You see how he's like a shadow version? He can hurt you. You cannot hurt him. So what you got to do is just drop right down here to the right. Now him, he's in the light, so. And it also kind of staggers it. It stuns him for a second. So what you do is when you get down to these newer sections, you see a light, just run for it, stay in it, wait for them to come to you, and then, you know, you punish them for it. You know, sometimes I wonder how long it took them to make this game. I mean, the layout of these dungeons, how many there are, how much stuff, just fucking, how much stuff is in this game. It's crazy. So, as I said, brings you full circle. But no, I'm just thinking about it because, you know, everything that's packed into them grave, then the Urnia, then Caled, then the undergrounds and all the level design and stuff packed into them. Then Mount Gelmir and Altus, Shaded Castle, and then all these heroes' graves, the dungeons, and the world itself, and the bosses, and the weapons, and the armor, the mathematics, and whoever did the math just to figure out the scaling of each weapon and class and stats. It's insane, you know. I don't think people ever truly appreciate it. They'll be like, oh, that's cool, it's a good game. They don't really understand the work FromSoft puts in. I mean, just whoever's doing the math department, you know, like to figure out all these things, like, you know, your stats for your weapons, how much the stats gonna make each weapon scale, and making sure it's not too much damage, or, you know, make sure it's enough. And I think it's very impressive, to be honest with you. It's extremely impressive. But yeah, obviously the level design, over 100 dungeons, and it's absurd. It's absurd. But we're gonna go on down. You're gonna see more shadow guys. Let's go on over here and grab our ghost glowworm. I don't know if it's a grave or ghost, but I know there's some back here. I think it's a 6, or no, it's 4. 6 is in the other dungeon. Alright, so now we're ignoring. We're going to the right, going to the light. As they get stunned, and they're down. They're no more problem. This is actually the last thing in front of the outer wall before we go on into the other side. And I do want to check the time because I feel like we're just making good time. 32 minutes, yeah. So we might be able to, we'll see what it takes. We might be able to, because, you know, we've done our full circle here. So we might start pressing this way, and we got like a little hut here, and not even a boss fight, just some elite enemies. Use a death blight and a death bird to fight here. Besides that, there's just a boss guarding this to now get us to our catacomb and our other hero's grave. So if we can get up to that boss, we'd be looking good. No promises. We're gonna get as far as we can. Now this is a drop floor, so you don't want to drop down yet. You want to get all your items. So there you go, Lindell Soldier Ashes. Alright, drop into your light. There's also going to be a lever. First, let's deal with who we gotta deal with. There you go. And before we press forward, so to get in the boss fight in this particular hero's grave, and I think one more in the game, there is no lever for the boss. There's no lever whatsoever. All there is one particular enemy who acts as the lever. So you have to kill a certain enemy. Like I said, he's going to act as the lever. Killing him unlocks the boss door. The boss door is not at the start, it's actually towards the back. Usually I wouldn't take all these guys out, but there's other stuff in here too. Just wait for that to come down. Ride it back up like that one in the Urnia. Oh, you got it. There had to be one. Had to be one. Alright, so before we go down, we're going to deal with this asshole. If you use an Erdtree Great Shield, it works very nicely here. Very nicely. Especially for these guys. These are like the funnest guys to kill. If you see that little above area before the floor dropped out, you're wondering how you get there, this is how you get there. That just drops you back down again. So, you know, we're not missing anything, it just wasn't time for it yet, that's all. So now we're going to drop down here, use the stone for key, and get a talisman. Another talisman we need. We'll have probably every talisman in the game besides like 1 or 2. That's your Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman +1. Now the regular version is actually behind the Bestial Sanctum in a trick drop. Also with a dagger for strength, the strength build dagger. But since we haven't got back to Upper Caelid yet, and we could have probably done at the beginning of the game to get you guys more protection, because that's what the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman does. It gives you increased damage reduction, or damage protection, physical damage negation. That's what I'm trying to say. So, if you see greatly boost physical damage negation. Now, there's certain levels and versions of that talisman. Be a little more careful than me. I'm pretty comfortable with the timing of those. Yeah, if it's your first playthrough, especially, be more careful just running past them like that. I just kind of know what I can get away with for the most part, you know. So we got a horse. Alright, now we're about to go on up again. Now this is where the certain enemies we're going to fight. As I said, a certain shadow enemy in particular acts as the lever for the boss door. It's going to be a big guy, really big guy. Or a revenant. If you start attacking them before he even gets up, you'll be okay. Those guys are a fucking menace. We all know. So up here is going to be like one of those Grave Warden duelists. We haven't seen one since Caelid, I'm pretty sure. They can be formidable, right? And we'll go behind him, get the glowworts. And what we're going to do is we're not going to... He has to chase us, obviously, but we want to get back into the main room up there with that light was. We're going to pull the lever, open the door, right? We're going to drop down the side. Now, he's a shadow, so he could run right through those traps. You can't get the weight on him so they don't crush you. He could just run right through them. Did we get it? Okay. And, as far as getting a platinum, you have to do this Hero's Grave. It's like something you really don't want to mess with. I don't blame you, but really it's not bad, guys. But if it is something you don't want to mess with, just know there is a legendary summons in here. If you do not do this, you will not get your platinum. You'll end up missing one trophy or one summon. So better to just do it. Still following us? Yep. Here he comes. He's gonna buff on up. That way when we get him to the light, it makes our life a little bit easier. I think you can actually get the critical like that. 5 circles. So now the door is open. Somewhere a heavy door is opened. So all we gotta do is run straight through again. Like I said, I'm pretty comfortable with the drop, so kind of know what I get away with. But I'm pretty sure they probably can one-shot you, you know. So let's go. Alright. So now we're going to go on down, get in a fight to get our legendary summons. But if I show them we haven't fought in a while, just remember when they buff, I can't remember their fucking name. Zamor, yeah. So when they try to do their weapon buff, that's when you can get the biggest damage in. Now that buff isn't just buffing their weapon, also buffing their damage signature. Let's go back to the field. We go for buff. This is your best time to get damage. There you go. So that's that's one thing. If you can just survive until you get them down halfway, and they go for that buff, if you're using something like Blood Flame, you can just finish them off. You know, like that was our opening, and we took well advantage of it. So Ancient Dragon Knight Christoph. So if you go and look and read it, legendary Ashen Remains. So it's like one of those lightning knights that has lightning spear. It can be quite formidable. So from here, let's jump on back to Outer Wall Battleground. Now with everything else done, it's time to go on up. So we haven't bought any of our bell bearing hunters yet. There's quite there's quite a bit. I do believe like this is the last one. So what I planned on doing, I'm trying to think. I can't think of any more past this. So what I was thinking about doing is just progress to the game so we got up to our last one. Then we could just backtrack and kind of do a run to take them all out. So as soon as you get up, we're gonna go over here to the left. Just grab your loot as you run by. This is gonna take us up to a hut. This hut's pretty important. Because it will sell us the torch. It's 7,000 runes. We don't have to get it now. In fact, it's better to wait till later. Reason being, so this torch is going to allow you to see invisible enemies. And towards the end of the game, when we get to consecrated snowfields and we're trying to get to the secret portal to lead us to the Halix tree, it'll allow us to see these black knives that are invisible. But in that zone, everything's worth like 2,000 souls. So it's really easy just to kill a couple. Right now, we're not getting that much from our souls, right? So because of that, we're going to wait. But right down here, Sentry's Torch. Torch given to the protectors of the Urge Tree. Its flames are bestowed with a special incantation which allows the bearers to see assassins cloaked in veils. So we're going to need that later, but like I said, it is 7,000. Phenomenal, great shield, obviously. Guard boost at 68, unupgraded. And then just, like starting sets of armor, a lot of arrows and stuff like that. Now, usually what you got to do is walk on up until, the title comes up where it says where you were, right? So if the location doesn't appear on the screen, usually this guy won't spawn in. So this is technically a nighttime boss. So because of that, it's got to be night. Now, he's not going to show because this guy's here. You got to kind of do it until that guy's not here. Remember, bell bearing hunters are the same boss. See, he's gone. Now, while he spawns in, you can get 2 or 3 charged heavies. But he's the same boss as Shady Castle, right? So I was trying to switch shields and it cost me. There you go, get a stagger on them. They drop certain bell bearings. Aren't anything crazy, honestly. Damn. Highly unlikely. Oh, I'm dead. Highly unlikely I missed all 3 of those parries. I've never missed, but it's okay. Come on, dude. It's kind of drawn out. Really late swings there. It does take two parries to get them. But there you go. That's gonna get you a bell bearing, so that'll be the first down. Killing shit. So Medicine Peddler's bell bearing. Medicine Peddler's bell bearing. And we're at 95, we need 30,000. I've been using so many of them, it's not like we've been saving them up, so it's okay, we're gonna wait. So from this point, might as well just go on a bell bearing hunter run. Let's jump over here to the Church of Vows. Now we will be saving one for Upper Caleb because he is a fucking doozy. Probably the hardest enemy in the entirety of the game to fight. So we need to go on up and look, we're good to go because I don't see turtle growth. So it's gotta be nighttime when you spawn in here. It's gotta be. That's how it works. Don't get too greedy. Come on. Come on. Oh, my timing is way off on that one. Come on, one more. Do you see how delayed that swing is? Just keep that in mind. Damn. There you go. There's the next one. So like I said, we're just kind of going on a bell bearing hunt right now. I want to make sure we're not missing content here, even if they don't make too much sense. Because late game, you actually can miss this stuff if you wait too long. I've had it happen before. I was playing this walkthrough before, and I waited to the end, and, it's one of the reasons I wanted to redo it. Now it's on a different channel. This is a newer channel to make sure we could all go through and get the platinum together. So now we're going over to War Master's Shack. And it's hard to tell if he'll spawn in because Bernal's already moved on, so. Yeah, get your attacks in, don't be greedy, no more than 4. And this one's really weak. Do you see that, how delayed that was? This is the weakest one, it's the first one you run into. It's right there. There you go. We've gotten all Bellbearing Hunters besides one in Upper Haven. Like I said, it's best we wait for him. I mean, we can go ahead and give it a shot, but I just so we can get them all at once, and I don't want to forget about him. But I'm letting you guys know, this dude is probably the hardest fight in the game. I don't know about hardest fight, but he's fucking up there. Yeah, he's fucking up there for sure. For sure. Was it 95 for 4,000? A little overkill, it's fine. Get started on our next level. So, yeah, almost 35 arcane. Alright, so we're gonna go try the one in Upper Caleb, but I'm telling you guys, he is a doozy. So it's gonna be Isolated Merchant Shack. If you've been following along with the walkthrough, you have it. I'm not worried about it. This guy's here, so we know he's not spawned in. You might have to walk out to the title of the place comes on the screen. I told you guys that's kind of a thing, where it actually says like Isolated Merchant Shack. Yeah, these ones are much higher level than the other ones. Look at the damage in there. But still, they just don't have much voice. The title come up yet? We'll try it again. I mean, just remember, if the merchant's here, he's not going to show. Let's go out on tour. Maybe we gotta get farther away. But yeah, like I said, the location actually does need to show up. I don't understand how far away we need to be for this to happen. We should definitely be far enough. If we can't get him to spawn, I'm not going to keep wasting time on it. But we'll just do it when we get over here. I would like to fit them all together, but we're not going to waste a whole episode on it, you know, not if we're not making progress. There it goes. So now that showed up on the screen, actually said, you know, Isolated Merchant Shack. Let's try it again. Sometimes it's still, you know, it's really finicky. It doesn't want to show, and he's still here. Still here. That's your last chance, buddy. Okay, we'll come back. We got all the other ones. That's what matters. Let's go and jump back to Hermit Merchant Shack. And we'll go ahead and press on. We do want to change it to nighttime here. Now it's going to be like the little skeletons. Now they're going to be using Deathblight. Oh, it is night. Okay, anyways. So they're going to be using Deathblight now, but they can also fly. That's just fucking lovely, right? Alright, so we're going to go straight across from here before we go down. Should be a death bird. Like over in this little nook over here. If you have holding, it's going to be better for obvious reasons. But I swear that was it. It's over here. It's supposed to be here somewhere. There it is. I'm like, you son of a bitch, I know you're supposed to be here one of them. So if the death bird wasn't hard enough, you also have these fucks. Now, they don't have much health. So they can do more damage than you expect. Obviously, so can he. Heal every time he hits you, because he's going to do a lot of damage. want that head. That's what we want. That's how we're gonna, stagger this guy. Come on. But because the shape of his body is so odd shape, he's not, the easiest to really get it on. He's probably done. There you go. That's gonna get you a shield. And a shield could actually give you more damage. Swim Verticite shield. How did it work though? At dwindling levels of HP, this shield slightly boosts attack and defense. So it's not even worth it. You gotta have a really low. You have to pretty much almost be dead and I guess have a bunch of fucking stamina so you can block attacks and not get killed just to get barely more attack power. So, I mean, if you couple that with other things, it might work out, but just keep that in mind. It's not the most viable option, Now, from here, we're going to go straight across. Should be a little tombstone over here. Not there. Nor is it a little tombstone. Go room 2. Alright, I don't remember anything else there. I don't have any notes on any spectacular items. As I said, if I don't write something down, I'm like, oh, there's something over here. It's just something. It's not, it's not going to be game-breaking talisman or weapon. So as we work our way on down, we're trying to aim for this Erd tree back here. Yep, there it is. It's not a boss this time. It's just going to be some Deathblight enemies. A lot of, it's like, what are they called? Bums, I like to call them. These dudes. They're all going to do Deathblight. So, keep back from this shit if possible. So y'all didn't know I'm good at parries because I don't use them that much. Yeah, I'll fuck some parries up, y'all. I just figured for the walk that would be best if commoners, that's what they're called, not bums. I just call them bums. But commoners. So this is going to give you one of the best tiers that goes in your class. Twiggy Cracked Tier. Twiggy Cracked Tier. If you use that, you will not lose your runes upon death. So it doesn't last that long, but it does last long enough to go through basic caves and catacombs. I don't know about trick catacombs and stuff like that, but it does pretty well. Now, there's going to be a few golems. It's probably best if you go ahead and take these guys out on the way, but we're almost at time in the episode, so there's actually a Stake of America in front of this very, very hard boss. This is going to be the boss guarding the capital, guys. But what I'm going to do is just kind of run up and get myself killed, because if we die and respawn at the Stake of America, these guys won't be looking at us no more. You know what I mean? They're going to be looking frontwards because we've never came by them. There's also usually a summon sign for Great Horn Tragoth, but we took him out. I mean, yeah, so now we have Millicent here, so we'll summon her. Yeah, usually Great Horn Tragoth will be here, but like I said, if you did the Volcano Manor quest line, he's not. Now, these guys shouldn't really even bother us anyways, because we're going to try to keep this fight over here. Erd Tree Great Shield is phenomenal for this fight. This is the Draconic Tree Sentinel. He's not like the Tree Sentinels, guys. This dude is fucking serious. His horse shoots fireballs. His weapon does lightning damage. Yeah, you're about to see. He's a spammer, too. His horse does lightning, or he does lightning, his weapon does lightning. Attacks look delayed but come out very fast. Obviously, his shield does lightning damage as well. Yeah, he can be really hard. His lightning's gonna, he's got a few hits. One big slam down, AoE, and then he can kind of make the waves of it, like throw it way out. Try to build up that blood flame on him while he's down. careful with this shit, guys. I mean, we're fucking kicking ass with the Draconic 3 Sentinel first attempt like this. We're fucking killing it. Because this is not an easy fight. My first time, I didn't think I'd ever get past him, but we just dummied him up, you know? You stay on him, but I'd almost rather tell you just to be cautious more than anything else. And wait for these big slam downs, you know, and dodge through it, and just, you know, one hit there, wait and see what he's going to do, dodge the fireballs. And he's got a lot going on. He does. But as you see, it's very manageable, and I didn't even realize we had a summon for that. Now, Strength, Faith. Oh no, what the fuck? I did not realize that. This is a quality weapon, or probably leans more towards Strength. It just has built-in lightning. I did not know that. Then the Great Shield, too. Great Shield's dope. It's probably up there with the Earth Tree Shield. It's different, you know. You need 28 strength. It looks really wild. It's made from the Earth Tree. It's got some gold. But it comes with like Shield Bash and Shield Bash. And you're doing lightning damage. You're building that up. So I don't have to tell you those weapon and shield just pair together nicely. Just like they did for him. You also mix it up, go with that from the other Tree Sentinels if you want. But no, all in all, they pair together very nicely. Go it up here, so it's just strength. It's crazy, I did not know that. So, as you see, you're getting lightning and physical. You're getting lightning and physical. You can ram, you know, you're ramming them to get lightning build up. You're fucking hitting them with that to get lightning build up. You know, colossal weapon. Nice, really, really beefy charge attacks. And this is definitely a build you could do. Hell, you could do this build early on in the game if you can come on up here and get past them. So keep that in mind. A lot of protection, you know, a lot of damage. Really cool setup. And I said that, you know, we have our suggested build, of course, and obviously, but there's still other things going on here that we could talk about in case people want to do other builds. You know what I mean? So I thought that would be pretty cool. And now, like I said, when we're in deep root depths, there's a transporter there after you beat the dragon, or even before so. They'll allow you to get past him and get on into the capital. So if you can't get past him, remember that's there. But after you take him out, there's going to be one side of grace right here on the bridge. There's going to be an elevator, and we're in the capital. However, we still have one episode left. It's probably going to be a short one. Maybe not. Thing is, we have all that stuff. It's a hero's grave, start of an NPC quest down the lake, and then obviously we have the trick catacomb, and then we're in the capital. First episode of the capital will be like one half of the upper part, then the next one will be the bottom half, and we'll be able to you know, get our weapon in about 2 episodes from now. So it's gonna be really nice. It'll be at the end of this episode, but. And then we'll also have access to Mountaintops of the Giants in the rest of the game, technically. Pretty close to it. We'll have access to, you know, Mountaintops of the Giants. We'll have access to Forbidden Lands. So a few new zones. Now, before we close on out, let's just run through here really fast. And we could also just start with the capital next episode, and then save the, you know, Trick Catacomb and the Hero's Grave for after. But it's all that's left, guys, so... You know what I mean? It's all that's left. There's no reason to get antsy now for a main weapon when we made it thus far, right? You're gonna notice we are, oh no, he's already dead. We are on level for this stuff. You know, we're at perfect level to be doing this stuff. We're already at level 124, good grief. Yeah, we'll probably hit around level 180 towards the end of this game. I'm gonna say 175. I can almost guarantee we'll be at least 170, between 170 and 180. I think that's a fair assessment. That's 50 more levels. You know, that's 50 more levels. So I don't know. Usually though, you know, but if we're rushing stuff and not taking our time and clearing our areas, it won't be that high. But usually between 150 and 175, that's where you're gonna be if you do all the content. So, then we're going up here, grab this side of grace. Go and rest on up and close on out. So when you rest here, what's the name? Melina, she's going to come talk to you, going to get her dialogue, and Bach's going to move here. We have the items to finish up Bach's quest line as well. So go ahead and go through this. She's telling you you completed her quest and got her to the capital as you promised, but we don't have any more time, so we'll pick up here next episode, cover what the dialogue was about, Bach, and then, you know, finish up our hero's grave and our catacomb and get ready for the capital.